Peace 104.3 FM Sunye. Ebusuya morning. Oh. Ene brother. August Bilson ne de tosu eduenu. We feed no da Peace 104.3 FM. Sisi amene waka say duba akwa bo apa ho sema eduenu num pepepe. Jumedia Peace FM ya to din working time ana Kofi kum edru miso amede besomo. Na mede jumedia Peace FM ya to din working time mede somo wadaroma free sisi ya de akwa kopem to bre. Anape mechi adwumedie na se no mebo Jim Reeves ne nyomo baako esanse ene na woda ene nenkaye da. Yeah, Jim Reeves 1923. Which is it's 101, right? Yeah, 101 Jim Reeves. And talking about birthdays, Ochina a special day be my pa. Ochina a 21st August. So let me send one out in advance to JD Kofi Fusukwansa. Yeah, from the camp of Uncle Richie, R&B Farms. Tomorrow there will be a reason for us to celebrate at the Kwanzaa family, the R&B Farms. That is Uncle Richie. Ochina Uncle Richie neba JD. Kofi Fusu Kwanzaa Ochina na woda. So the celebration even begins in advance. Inti woma mudi oma woda ene na ye kosuno. The first on my list says happy birthday to my husband Samuel Kwesi Simmons. Happy birthday to my husband Samuel Kwesi Simmons of Margins Group of Companies, from Alexina Simmons of Jesus and Mary Schools Limited. So from your wife Alexina Simmons of Jesus and Mary Schools Limited, we say happy birthday to you, Samuel Kwesi Simmons of Margins Groups of Company. Happy birthday to you. The next one says happy birthday to Mrs. Anita Ayuvi. Hope I got it right. Mrs. Anita Ayuvi. Avui. Yes, okay, now there's a happy birthday to Mrs. Anita Avui of Controller and Accountants General, Accra, from your husband, from your children, and your Unapo sisters-in-law. What does this mean, Nana? Your Unapo sisters-in-law. God bless your new age. So, Auntie Anita Avui of Controller and Accountants General, Accra, at the request of your husband, your children, and your Unapo sisters-in-law, we say God bless your new age and happy birthday to you. The next one says glorious 70th birthday to Mame Charlotte Ofori Frimpon, aka Auntie Akoto of Christ Anglican Church Legon, from your daughter Marianne of Snit Accra North Area. Happy birthday to you. 28 minutes past 11, Peace 104.3 FM. Time for, just a handful of shout outs to some good friends. And first on the list, of course, your guess is as good as mine. If I had only one shout out to give this morning, of course, I would give my only shout out to Pap T, the greatest. So a loud and cheerful shout out goes out to you, Pap T, wherever you are. Big up, man. And then a big shout out goes out to St. Philip's of St. Philip's Enterprise. Let me send a loud and cheerful shout out to Kobi Manumanche. Kobi Manumanche. Niji ni tete mensa kuche the first. Ni membo do manye ni afi ni tete mensa kuche the first. Niji Kobi Manumanche. Anape inchi akesi nkoma nana kobo baby owo bia yeda se we do feed na to ha anape edwumayefo amwo Boasam Enterprise a ewo Nima Missy Hachiamuna Bebre, and Kankamia Mame, Mrs. Georgina Boedi of Boassam Enterprise. Ejumaya from Goil Fuel Station and what Tantra, and I pay Madame Wasiwai. A bribia over for Goil Fuel Station and what Tantra, a bribia if you didn't a piece. Now we'll be Namaquine, a station manager. Goil Fuel Station, Tantra, Mr. Abaka, Ejabakana pay Chiao I. Shout out goes out to Uncle Richie of Richie's Plantation. Uncle Richie, now we have a celebration. Oh. But I've started mine already. Loud and cheerful shout out goes out to you, Uncle Richie of Richie's Plantation. My two dear sisters, Sister Dora of Agrimat Medina and Lady J of Unbreakable Stores. And I pay Mr. Dr. KK Prepra, P, Mr. Philip Quality of Quality Properties, and of course, Mr. Frank Heyman, the man of the moment. Mr. Frank Heyman, Bearing Point Global Services CEO. Loud and cheerful shout out goes out to you, Mr. Frank Heyman, Bearing Point Global Services CEO.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knobs.
It was here aka sima edunu enkron na prematu. Ma minimum ND enkomo 1 2 3 bi. Ansana yako message na yingina ye train ene brother anapay. Ene eye ya papa enka yeda, ene eye na woda. Eye papa ura numnyamfo Honorable Kojo Impienim. Yeah. Ote nka chewe hu ne eye na woda. Ene papa di infinchia eduawotwe anan. Yeah, I guess I got it right. Yeah, Kojo Impienim should be 84. Yeka ye papa eye Kojo Chire Impienima, or a Ghanaian advisor, management consultant, and of course a politician. He served as chief of staff. Yeah, during Kufuor's regime. He served as chief of staff and also minister of presidential affairs in the Kufuor administration. He also served as a member of parliament representing Mampong South in the Third Republic of Ghana from 79 to 81. And of course, he is a member of the New Patriotic Party. Talking about the New Patriotic Party, and Her Excellency, the Second Lady, yeah, 20th August 1918. Tini ene yamame Samiria Bawumia with the infinchia Adrianine and 9. So happy birthday to Her Excellency, the Second Lady Samiria Bawumia. Samiria, wherever you are, from all of us here at Despite Media, we say happy birthday to you, and may the God grant all your heart desires, of course. And your heart desires, we can always guess it. So because Yankuponya Samira Bawumia na kuma swadi nyina manu. Say by this time we nim na kuma swadi dada. Hey, and Don King. Yeah, Don King. I don't know what has kept this man alive, but God has seen him through 93 years. And that Don King did 93. That the whole world, there's only one Don King. I'm talking about the American boxing promoter, known for his involvement in several historic boxing matchups. Do you remember? He's best known for the Thriller in Manila and the Rumble in the Jungle. Yeah, Don King has promoted some of the most prominent names in boxing. Just mention them: Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Felix Trinidad, Roy Jones Jr., our own Azuma Nelson, Salvador Sanchez, just to mention a few. And unfortunately, some of these boxers sued Don King for allegedly defrauding them. Don King leke umel gadi if you know ekeba koichai. Abua kitikiti way. Do you know that there is an observance day once in a year for mosquito? Abua kitikiti mosquito. Now, did you know we have a World Mosquito Day? Yeah, today, 20th August. World Mosquito Day is observed annually on 20th of August. Is a commemoration of British doctor Sir Ronald Ross's discovery in 1897 that the female Anopheline mosquitoes transmit malaria between humans. How important is this? Well, it's very significant because prior to the discovery of the transmitting organism, that is vector, there were few means of controlling the spread of the disease, although the discovery of quinine in treatment had alleviated the problem of treatment. So it's been 127 years since British doctor Ronald Ross discovered, that is in 1897, that female Anopheline mosquitoes transmit malaria between humans. That is why we observe this day, 20th of August, as World Mosquito Day. Abua kitikiti ye daba ku ewa afini mu nyina de esi ho e de ama ho. Anyway, one more. Aye Democratic National Convention. Omo de anan enda anan esi ho a omo de aye the Democratic National Convention e wo Chicago. The venue is United Center Sports Arena. Na Andra Joe Biden ebe kasaye. Joe Biden ebe jina stage in so no. For more than 5 minutes. He had a 5-minute long ovation and chants of "Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe." Bare 5 minutes. Obia sorry you born some man, you know. And surprisingly, Joe delivered effectively a farewell address to all the party faithfuls. Andra for bare 1 hour, Joe Biden ebema ni farewell address no. 1 to 2 papa so. Okasa wotumi sa hoadin wom obi aka say esa papa esanka wonjuju ye ene yesu wetuko mu akwakoto fom yin endura for about 1 hour no obi hwe so betuto papa so for the last ne nyina tumi aka say we nti ne ka say koje wa home endura Joe Biden inleka ja fe la chufa time neke benene Donald Trump ni fe la chufa because enyane Donald Joe Biden badumo stage no 1 hour chale pade na ewie okay oblanu ko ena boitoton okasa fine na no amfumfum anye bibia na eba ne say no koshia Biden kototo papa so ma yepia na tekwe. But anyway, okase we nipa deseni obey ye mampeni anase na brabo mu wa ye mfumso bebre but enioma pa wa ye no doso na ogidie pa se ade ba ko a wo ye one. He said, the president said his choice of choosing Miss Harris to be his running mate for 4 years ago is the best decision that I have made my whole career. And he declared that Kamala Harris is tough, she's experienced, and she has enormous integrity. 23 to the top of the hour. Coming up next is the message for this Tuesday morning. Please stay tuned in. Ebusia yebeda sibium se yehudo nti we fidie ne da so da Peace 104.3 FM. Sisi amene wo kase aka sema eduenu na premwatu. Sanye bia fe na we de we fidie na to ha yeda ase. Sanye bia so wote wo car mu na wo drive na yehudo nti we de we fidie na to Peace 104.3 FM anyame nhyira why. Empire mebo a ma se bibia we ni kire a wo drive akobia no onyame emfa wonko brebro enkodru asumdwe mu kodru soso a anamontuo bi entiema wo kura wo tena aka mu no ehombra wo mfaso enwie nkunimdie ma wo nyame ma wodwa ewo Yesu din mu ntino amen. One day down, 8 more days to go in this year's Hisense Factory Direct promo. Yede na wotwe mienu ene yede bo de ruse afibia no Hisense ye adoye bi se yede tondie ni nyina no ye ton no at the price direct from the factory. Lorry fair naso warehouse nka ho businessman bia profit end naso eno ne ye frɛ no Hisense Factory Direct. We always come up with it once in a year. And this year, it is taking place from the 19th of August, that is yesterday, to the 28th of August. So it means we've got 8 more days to go, okay? It is 9 days in total, 1 down, 8 days to go. Into BBA, we hear a TV, fridge, deep freezer, air conditioner, gas cooker, washing machine, sound system, smartphone. Bibia we here bia na yendi wa bro. Ye ton the amount factory direct price no. Kwan bi so a nke be 5 years manufacturer defect warranty no, but we ton of factory direct price no. Still we assure you we are giving you 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people. Ejmekuo mienu a wo mo boye chidom na me de message ya brewo eyiskakrabia a nyame adom ne mombo a yenya mfie du. Best Point Savings and Loans. Best Point Savings and Loans, we say your dream is our business. And insurance ejmekuo a me kanfo ma kire wana pay eye Best Assurance. Best Assurance ye hwehwa enye din kura. Uko DVL asoye bia wo koye wo car papers a DVL asoye bia wo Ghana yewo anemsini ewo ho nti abra wo yewo car papers no edru se obeye insurance na wakase wo pe Best Assurance. Yeah, Best Assurance. Best Assurance, we say your protection is always assured. Ebusia aka sema edunson na premwatu. Mere sema miensa akire so abeye enumu eda yenimu. Mene wo ba be che message bia matudin. Do you know the time? I will ask 2 questions and I'll try to find out if you can differentiate, okay? What is the difference between do you know the time and do you know time? Matthew chapter 24 verse 36, scripture says, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. No one knows the day or hour, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Do you know time? What for? See, I say time. Do you know time? You see, beloved, one thing the world is really lacking today is integrity. Yeah. Ade a ho ye na ewo wiase afa na bebia nya Ghana hanko a. Ade a ho ye na ewo wiase mu pa eye integrity. One thing the world is really lacking today is integrity. And part of integrity is keeping your word, which has a lot to do with keeping your time. I want this part to sink. Even if you don't get anything from me today, I want you to know that part of integrity is keeping your word, which has a lot to do with keeping your time. These days, many people don't do what they say they are going to do. Do you have any testimony or witness? These days, so many people don't do what they say they are going to do. If you make an appointment, you need to show up. And if you can't show up, at least have the decency to call and let the person know that you can't come. So many people don't show up they don't bother to call because we don't have a lot of people with integrity around anymore. Why? Because nobody has set a standard for us, my generation. Nobody set a standard for us, but we have to set a good standard for the next generation. Talking about Gen Z, we will have to set a good standard for them to learn from. Most people have not been taught time. Me pacho time, uko school ya chira wo time. Meaning time chire no. Say de sobo bebo teacher fo, say de bebo asofo, say de bebo awofo. Hwan ene se e chire enkwala time. Wo ya chire wo time. But you know, I should have first of all asked you if you have taken the time to teach your children time. You can only know time either by recording time, measuring time, or rehearsing time. Yachira with time. And now wachira wo mano time. Yetumi chire time ewo akwenya miensa so. Recording time, measuring time, or rehearsing time, that is the only way you can learn time. You can tell about one's integrity by how they respond to what time and how long. Upese wo hunu sene wo bi woye no kwafo a ebe free sene wo bema wo emuaye se obisa ne sansam mienu ya obisa ne se ebreben ena ebedi chesen how long and what time. What is the time? If you tell me it is 1 o'clock, that answer is correct only for 60 seconds. After 60 seconds, that time is not correct. Say ye ka timer and a paper chira time ka credit what. The first 30 minutes we add up, and then the subsequent 30 minutes we subtract. That is the essence of a watch. Into every good radio presenter be our what time now? 10 minutes past 12, 25 minutes past 12. And you drew 12:30 pa. One can say 12:35. There be na otiti free mu na waba 25 minutes to 1. So for the first 30 minutes you add, and then the remaining 30 minutes going up to the top of the hour you subtract. It is thus in English, in French, in German. When you time our French moi, Yakobo 11, ebi a 10 minutes to 11. French for Becatro say, il est 10 heures moins 10 minutes. That is, it is 11 o'clock minus 10 minutes. Il est 11 heures moins 10 minutes. German muswa omoye no 2. Assist 10 minutes knock elf war, right? You see, I teach my children how to record time for integrity. When something happens, I ask my children, what time did it happen? For example, maybe me wejumem me kwadru fie be 4. Me kwadru fie no 9 na bia yedum mekania. Se me bisa me ba ne se ebreben ena yedum kanea no. I have taught them that you don't have to answer me, oh, encheye, oh, anapenemu ni yedum kanea no. Debi, machira wa mo se, me ba, me biso si yedum kanea ne time ben, se wo tume kache me se, yedum kanea no 11:35. Se ne be ya, huye be, me shene se achea. Met me afre ablekuma ECG, engineer do vebega, se because yedum kanea, me be if yedum kanea, be a Kofi for all you know, yedum kanea ne ndu 30 minutes. Si yedum kanea ne ndu 30 minutes ebia na yensiesie bi. But fiti ebia nonson anapa yedum kanea kopim no 9 dia. I have to draw the attention of ECG say there's a problem somewhere. You see, if something happens, you need to look at the time of arrival. Obedru breben yemu bebre yenim sia wo ya napao sia wo ye nimbre sia wo anadwo. You might think it is not important, but if you are called Kofi, and for all you know, you were born Saturday around 1 o'clock, that is Saturday dawn, it is not Friday night. Yabefro Kofi and so nim sa what de kwame. And then departure time. Ebi owa ankwenhyia tumi si nsawom. Ese car bi enyankwenhyia ewia no mienu. Ese wo bisa se osibesi o car se wo kokuma se no ne bus dey 2 time ben. Se ne bus ne 6 o'clock a. Ene no mienu de omo nka ho but 2 o'clock de omo twem won nsawom dadaada. But wo bisa obi no so omo free ha anapa ana omo free ha enche ya. It's useless. You have to know the time. Don't be oblivious. Sometimes it connotes either you are hiding information or you lack integrity. You will not know the seriousness of it, but you can hide integrity by not giving, you can hide information. Police if waba, you should be. When you say nipa kono dwane fiti anapa na mu, osi o free hand chair. When we say in giving an inaccurate time, you have deceived a police officer. Instead so beka say anapa tutu no okoye no, osi okoye nche bia. Now the second is you need to record time. The second is you need to measure time. Now how do you measure time? How long is 5 minutes? Most people will tell you give me 5 minutes. They don't really know. They have not measured how long 5 minutes is. I remember at school, our sports master taught us how long a second is. By the time you say 1001, a second is gone. So if you tell me to measure 60 seconds, I'll keep counting 1001, 1002, 1003, up to 60 seconds, it is 1 minute. You see, when you tell your husband, when he is hungry, give me 5 minutes, and he looks at a time, and 15 minutes, sister, you have not brought the food. Your integrity is at stake. You know, you wouldn't finish the food by 5 minutes, but you told me 5 minutes. But my brother, guess what? Your wife, no time inside. Did you know that most of the time measurement that was handed down to us don't apply effectively? During my days in the 70s, to cook beans, koba ho yo, chuchue, yo kokemano lebi, kokwe shwanemi krapo yo ehe joku, betene koba ho yo, ka ole ne ho 15 minutes beno ba yo fen ekoto. The time that it takes for fruits to go bad has reduced. Fruits, vegetable, tubers like yam, bayre, kaneno bayre to me di briche. Na say what the bayre to happen. Na I say, but thanks be to God, gestation period that was set by God remains to demonstrate his integrity. God said a man 9 months. No technology will come that will reduce the gestation period of human beings for a woman to be pregnant for only 5 months. God said 9 months and until his kingdom comes. You see, you need to calibrate and measure again how long it takes you to do certain things. My sister, how long does it take you to shower? How long does it take you to dress up? How long does it take you to eat? So that when you say to someone, give me 30 minutes, I'll be ready. In 28 minutes, here you come, fresh and all dressed up. How come? Because you know time. Obi o ko no na pase ke esi ekọ baby o. O se ma me 5 minutes me be sisi a on timing ne ho on susun ye on measure ye se me ko hye adware a me di brise me hye matare a me di brise ti do se wo bam profrum se me ndware hye matare a adware ye 20 minutes ma matare hye me ye 10 minutes nti me ka cho se ma me 30 minutes 28 minutes na maba sanse me nimbre. The final one that time will allow me to talk to you about is rehearsing time. Did you know how come they can tell you if you are taking a flight to Accra, they will tell you it is 40 minutes. It is because it has been rehearsed. Have you rehearsed how long it takes you to get to the office? How long it takes you to get to your church? I was teaching Mami Sigwa time when she was young. On one occasion, I had to MC a program at the newly opened Kempiski. So I parked my car at Kaukudi traffic light. There was a washing bay, I think Lady Talata washing bay, something like that. Then I set the time and then drove off at leisure to Kempiski. Because there was no way I could tell how long I have to drive from where I'm coming from. The plan is that so that on that day, I'll go to wash my car, and then at the rehearsed time, I will leave the place and then arrive at the scheduled time. You see, part of your integrity is keeping your word, which has a lot to do with knowing and keeping your time. It is a shame the only profession that upholds timing. You call Uber, the time you go talk say they come, call police, call fire service. It is a shame the only profession that upholds timing. But if you wouldn't mind, if you give me the opportunity, I'll tell you. Prostitutes uphold their time. If a prostitute, cash out when you can work 5 minutes. 5 minutes again, if I can work be a shit. You see, we deserve and we expect accurate timing from the people that we deal with. If your daughter is going out and she tells you that, Daddy, I'll be back by 7, and by 11 p.m. she's not back, she has not been truthful. Your wife expects that, my husband, babe, what time are you coming home from work? Your customer, what time are you delivering? If I order for something, don't tell me you'll bring it in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. Thanks be to God. In Matthew 24:3, they said to Jesus, tell us, they said, what time, when these things will happen, and what will be the sign of your coming and the end of age and end of the world. Jesus said to them, see to it that no one deceives you. And then down to the 36th verse of Matthew 24, Jesus said, no one knows the day or hour, not even angels nor the Son, but only the Father. If Jesus had given any time, his integrity would have been at stake. You must know your time. You must keep your time just to prove your integrity.
Peace FM, station with a vision. 104.3. Peace FM, 104.3. Peace FM.
Abusua, wo hwa o betumi akọ ahohiahia mu sika afa. Eco Bank si yan kancho sa brebia obekwa ahohiahia mu sika afa bia no omode the new Eco Bank money emergency number e dia ba betudwa. Star 770 hash. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergency problems. Eco Bank, the Pan-African Bank. Aka ena me miensa na dan kwaku yeboa program no baso. Se wunya nto wo ticket na wodofo bo mode na bo star 844 star 290 hash. Mrs. Subium star 844 star 290 hash. DKY night of comedy and music. Medamu ina si bebre.